Do you feel tired, foggy, and gaining weight, but my labs are normal? Is your thyroid lying? Well, what if the real reason you feel exhausted, foggy, or stuck isn't just stress or getting older, but your thyroid? This tiny butterfly-shaped gland in your neck controls your metabolism, energy, mood, and even your hair and skin. And yet, millions walk around misdiagnosed or undiagnosed, told their labs are normal, while their body screams otherwise. I am going to walk you through the misunderstood world of thyroid hormones and how they could be missing link to your best health. Let's start with your thyroid, the master gland of metabolism. It sits right here at the base of your neck. You might never think about it, but trust me, your thyroid thinks about you constantly. Despite being small, just about the size of a walnut, your thyroid has an outsized impact on how your entire body feels and functions. It's responsible for your metabolism, your heart rate, your body temperature, your energy, your mood, even your menstrual cycles and fertility. It's like the conductor of your body's symphony, quietly coordinating multiple systems without ever being seen. So what does it actually do? Your thyroid produces two main hormones, T4, also known as thyroxine, and T3, also called triiodothyronine. Here are the key differences. T4 is the storage form, like a battery you have put on the shelf. T3 is the active form, like plugging that battery into a device and turning it on. T3 is what actually powers your metabolism, your focus, your ability to burn fat, and stay energized. But there's a twist. Your thyroid doesn't produce much T4 directly. It mostly makes T4 and then relies on your body to convert it into T3. And this is where many thyroid issues actually begins. Not in the production of T4, but in the conversion to T4. This conversion requires key nutrients like selenium, zinc, and iron. It also depends on healthy gut, a well-functioning liver, and low level of inflammation and stress. So if you are feeling foggy, fatigued, or cold all the time, and your doctor says your labs are normal, you may not have a thyroid production issues, you may have a conversion issues, and T3 is where the real story lies. That's why we don't just glance at your TSH and call it a day. We look deeper, we ask better questions, because when the thyroid is optimized, you don't just feel okay, you feel unstoppable. It all starts with your brain. The pituitary gland sends TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone, to your thyroid to produce T4. Then T4 must be converted to T3, but stress, inflammation, liver problem, gut dysbiosis, and even nutrient deficiencies can block this conversion. So your body can have enough T4, but if it's not converting to T3, you're still hypothyroid at the cellular level. So let's decode the symptoms of thyroid dysfunctions. If your thyroid is underactive, what we call hypothyroidism, you may experience constant fatigue, cold hands and feet, even in warm rooms, unexplained weight gain, depression or a low mood, dry skin, brittle nails or hair loss, brain fog and slowed thinking, constipation, a slower heart rate, irregular period, or fertility struggle. Now, let's look at the other end of the spectrum, which is the hyperthyroidism or an overactive thyroid. With this, symptoms often swing the other way. Anxiety, irritability, or racing thought, unintended weight loss despite eating well, heat intolerance, feeling sweaty or flushed, a fast heartbeat or palpitations. Here's the catch, and it's a big one. These symptoms can look a lot like other issues. Burnout from high stress, the natural aging process, postpartum changes, even side effects of certain medications. That's why thyroid dysfunction is often missed or dismissed. People are told their labs are normal, or worse, it's just stress. And if you have ever thought to yourself, I am doing everything right, but I am still exhausted. I feel like I am in a mental fog. My weight keeps creeping up and I don't know why. It's time to dig deeper, because these are not just these are not just random things. They are your body's early warning system, and your thyroid may be behind them. So let's get real about testing your thyroid properly. If you have ever been told your labs are normal, but you're still tired, gaining weight, and can't focus, you have only been tested halfway. Most doctors only check TSH. TSH is not a thyroid hormone. It's a brain signal from your pituitary telling your thyroid how hard to work. But here's the catch. TSH can be normal for years, even when your thyroid is failing. To really understand your thyroid, you need this complete picture. TSH, this is the brain's messenger. If it's too high, the brain is yelling at your thyroid to work harder. If it's too low, your thyroid may be working overtime, or your pituitary may be underperforming. Free T3, this is a storage form of T4. It's inactive, like a full battery that hasn't been plugged in yet. This tells us how much hormone you're making. Free T3, this is the active thyroid hormone, what powers your cells, energy, metabolism, and brain. This is the most clinically relevant marker for how you feel. If T3 is low, even if TSH and T4 are normal, you will feel sluggish, foggy, and slow. TPO and thyroglobulin antibody. These are the autoimmune markers for Hashimoto's thyroiditis. If these are elevated, your immune system is attacking your thyroid, even if your TSH is normal. Most doctors don't test this unless you ask. TSI and TRAB antibodies, these markers test for Graves' disease, the autoimmune cause of hyperthyroidism. Without this full panel, your thyroid diagnosis is flying blind, and too many high performers, driven, smart, healthy, conscious, are misdiagnosed or dismissed simply because their TSH is normal. Ask for these labs. Very, very important. And if your provider won't order this, consider working with someone who looks deeper, someone who's not just chasing lab numbers, but chasing your optimal function. You deserve more than normal. You deserve optimal. Now, let's talk about the real elephant in the room when it comes to thyroid dysfunction, autoimmunity. Did you know that the number one cause of hypothyroidism in the US is not iodine deficiency? It's not aging, it's not stress alone. It's Hashimoto's thyroiditis, an autoimmune condition where your own immune system mistakenly attacks your thyroid. Think of your thyroid like a furnace. In Hashimoto's, your immune system, like an overzealous firefighter, keeps showing up to douse on the fire that isn't there. Over time, the constant inflammation damages the gland, lowering hormone production and slowing metabolism. It's a slow burn until your thyroid is no longer able to keep up. On the other side of the spectrum, there's the Graves' disease, another autoimmune condition, but instead of burning out the gland, it puts it into overactive, pushing out too much hormone. The result, racing heart, anxiety, unexplained weight loss, insomnia. It can feel like your body is running from a tiger that isn't there. Now here's the problem. Autoimmune thyroid issues are rampant, but often undiagnosed. Why? Because unless you ask for it, antibody testing isn't routine. That means millions of people, maybe you, have been told your labs are fine, while your immune system is silently destroying your thyroid gland behind the scenes. And here's the hard truth. You can't fix autoimmune thyroid function with medication alone. Synthroid or levothyroxine may replace hormones, but they don't stop the immune attack. To truly heal, you need to go deeper. Heal your gut lining, where 70% of the immune system lives. Identify and reduce triggers like gluten, stress, infections, or toxins. Calm inflammation with anti-inflammatory nutrients. Rebuild the body with the right nutrients, selenium, zinc, vitamin D, and more. This is a root cause approach, not a band-aid. I have worked with high-performing individuals who were exhausted, brain fogged, gaining weight, and never suspected their immune system as the issue. Once we identified Hashimoto's or Graves and addressed the deeper cause, they didn't just feel better, they felt like themselves again, energized, sharp, and confident. So, autoimmune thyroid dysfunction is extremely important, and it should be assessed properly. Your thyroid doesn't work in isolation. It needs specific cofactors to activate, convert, and deliver its hormones throughout your body. These aren't just nice to have nutrient, they are non-negotiable for energy, mood, and metabolism. Let's start with selenium, the powerful antioxidant which helps convert T4, your inactive thyroid hormone, into T3, the active form that actually drives metabolism. Without enough selenium, even if your labs looks okay, you may still feel like you're running on empty. It's also key to immune balance, especially in autoimmune thyroid conditions like Hashimoto's. Zinc-rich food, think oyster, beef, and pumpkin seeds. Iron is another must. It's not only oxygenates your tissues, but also helps the thyroid enzymes, TPO, function correctly. Low iron, especially common in women, can mimic hypothyroidism symptoms. Fatigue, cold hands, even hair loss. Sources include grass-fed beef, spinach, lentils, and plant-based iron. Often needs help from vitamin C to absorb well. Then there's B12. This one supports your nervous system and metabolism. Low B12 can cause brain fog, mood issues, tingling hands or feet, and it's incredibly common in people with gut issues, low stomach acid, or vegetarian diets. B12-rich foods include beef liver, eggs, and sardines. Let's not forget iodine, a core building block of thyroid hormone. Without it, your body simply cannot produce enough T3 or T4. While iodine deficiency is rare in some countries due to iodinized salt, it's becoming more common again due to sea salt only diet and low seafood intake. Seaweeds, dairy, and eggs are great natural sources, but too much iodine can be harmful, so moderation is the key. Lastly, tyrosine. This amino acid combines the iodine to literally form thyroid hormones. It's found in protein-rich foods like chicken, turkey, tofu, and even almond. Here's the bottom line. Even the best hormone levels can function if your body lacks the raw materials. And many high achievers, especially those under stress, following strict diets, or dealing with gut absorption issues, are unknowingly depleted. Now let's talk about what blocks thyroid. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which slows down T4 to T3 conversions. Environmental toxins like BPA, heavy metals, and even fluoride can disrupt thyroid receptors. If your thyroid is struggling and don't settle for normal labs, in fact, most people with low thyroid function never get the root cause addressed. I'm going to show you a better way, a system that doesn't just treat your numbers, but treats you. Imagine a pyramid. At the very bottom are the root causes. Think poor gut absorptions, chronic inflammation, environmental toxins like plastics and heavy metals, and unrelenting stress, which raises cortisol and suppresses thyroid functions. Because no matter how perfect your labs looks on paper, if you're missing selenium, iodine, iron, and B12, your thyroid simply cannot function at its full capacity. Functional thyroid healing is not a quick fix. It's a strategic rebuild, identifying and correcting what's been slowing you down for years. I have worked with high performers, CEOs, physicians, athletes who were once exhausted, foggy, and burned out. They were told their labs were fine, yet they were clearly not fine. Once we look root cause approach, correcting their nutrient deficiencies, restoring gut functions, and reducing hidden inflammation, everything changed. They didn't just improve their thyroid numbers, they got their energy, clarity, and confidence back. Here's your action plan. Ask for a full thyroid panel. Get your nutrients checked. Don't stop at normal, aim for optimal. Work with someone who understands root cause medicines. And if you are looking for expert guidance, I invite you to check out our Advanced Thyroid Optimization Program, designed for people like you who wants answers, not band-aids, because you deserve to feel sharp, strong, and energized again. Your thyroid might be missing key. Thank you.
Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.